On the 15th of April, Atom Valves Limited, in the capital goods sector, revealed their quarterly results and intentions to consider a final dividend. GTPL Hathway Limited, operating in media entertainment and publication, is poised to discuss and recommend a final dividend, with a dividend yield standing at 2.16%, alongside audited results. Rideau Engineers Limited, also in the capital goods domain, is set to consider and recommend a final dividend along with audited results. Moving to the 16th of April, CRISIL Limited, a financial services company, will weigh in on recommending a final dividend, with a dividend yield at 2.31%, and quarterly results. Adventure Enterprises Limited, focusing on information technology, will contemplate raising funds, including through a rights issue. On the 17th of April, Gretex Corporate Services Limited, a financial services provider, will consider raising funds through various means, including a rights issue, alongside audited results. ICICI Lombard General Insurance Co. Limited, another financial services company, will contemplate recommending a final dividend. IIFL Finance Limited, also in financial services, will ponder over various matters related to a rights issue. Tata Communications Limited, operating in telecommunications, will consider recommending a dividend. Vantage Knowledge Academy Limited, a consumer services provider, will weigh a stock split and fundraising through various means, including a rights issue. On the 18th of April, Bajaj Auto Limited, dealing in automobiles and auto components, will consider recommending a dividend. Banners Finance Limited, in financial services, will consider various matters related to a rights issue, not exceeding 48.50 crore rupees. Eamco Elecon, India Limited, in the capital goods sector, will consider declaring a dividend. Gujarat Hotels Limited, offering consumer services, will consider recommending a final dividend. Infosys Limited, in information technology, will consider a final dividend, with a dividend yield at 2.42%. ICICI Securities Limited, in financial services, will contemplate a proposal for the declaration of an interim dividend, with a yield of more than 3.28%. Maztec Limited, also in information technology, will consider and recommend a final dividend. Reliance Industrial Infrastructure Limited, offering services, will consider and recommend a dividend. RS Software, India Limited, in information technology, will consider a dividend. Sharda Motor Industries Limited, dealing in automobiles and auto components, will consider a share buyback. Swaraj Engines Limited, in the capital goods sector, will consider and recommend a final dividend, with a dividend yield of more than 3.80%. On the 19th of April, 2024, Benares Hotels Limited, providing consumer services, will recommend a final dividend. Devangir Sugar Company Limited, in fast-moving consumer goods, will consider a proposal of a stock split. Elecon Engineering Company Limited, in capital goods, will consider a final dividend. HDFC Asset Management Company Limited, in financial services, will consider and recommend a final dividend. Premier Explosives Limited, in chemicals, will consider a stock split from a face value of 10 rupees. Swagtom Trading and Services, offering services, will consider an increase in share capital by issuing a rights issue. Finally, on the 20th of April, Bansaliang Polymers Limited, in chemicals, will consider and recommend a final dividend, with a yield of 3.54%. HDFC Bank Limited, in financial services, will consider and recommend a final dividend. International Travel House Limited, providing consumer services, will consider recommending a final dividend. Concluding on the 21st of April, 2024, Persistent Systems Limited, in information technology, will consider and recommend a final dividend. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up if you like, subscribe, press the bell icon and never miss an update, share and comment your thoughts on the comment section, and stay tuned with Corporate Actions India.